Medevac helicopter comes in at dusk. A US soldier, one leg blown off by an IED.
How's your pain right now?
Can you wiggle these fingers over here?
No chest wall crepitus.
Horrific injuries, but he will survive. Medevac pilots have been saving lives since the Korean War, but never have pilots like Air Mission Commander RUSS SCHULER been pushed so close to their limits as in the mountains of Afghanistan.
Some of the flying here has been really difficult. A lot of situations where you're having to make the call at the last second.
SCHULER, who's based in Logar province south of Kabul, is used to mountains and desert. At home in Las Vegas, he flies classified narcotics missions for the Nevada National Guard. But with 18,000-foot peaks here higher than the unpressurized helicopters can fly, SCHULER is battling the terrain every day.
We fly up to 14,000 feet without oxygen, but it's for a limited time. We usually fly the valleys to get through the mountains.
Major Dan Anderson flies out of San Diego and likes to brag about scooping water from golf course water traps to douse flames in Southern California's fire season. He has flown Medevac in Iraq and Afghanistan and says the differences are stark.
Whereas Iraq is a two-dimensional fight, meaning it's almost flat, very low level, low contour. Here it's three-dimensional.
The Medevac pilots do 24-hour shifts and leave all their equipment on the helicopters so they can take off within minutes of getting a radio call.
This is one of the busiest Medevac units in Afghanistan. They've flown 577 missions in the last 9 months, averaging more than 2 a day.
The most common injuries they treat are from improvised explosive devices, IEDs. Today, the Taliban are planting bombs up to 1,000 pounds under roads, causing damage even more deadly than in Iraq.
We have internal injuries, external injuries, amputations with head injuries, penetrating trauma.
Because of the vast mountainous terrain, evacuating casualties often extends beyond what doctors call the golden hour. That crucial 60 minutes a traumatically injured person has to reach a hospital before their survival chances plummet. So medics have begun doing emergency procedures inside helicopters that would normally wait for ER doctors like DUSTIN ZIEROLD.
All right, his chest tube is out.
But I think we've adapted very well using whole blood transfusion, hemostatic agents, training of the medics to get airways and special techniques down inside the helicopters themselves.
At night, the helicopters fly without lights, so medics like specialist DELLA have to work on patients with night vision goggles.
You have the turns, you have bumps, you have no space, no light. I mean, is it scary? Yeah, it's scary. I mean, people are trying to shoot at you, kill you. But it's all about the guy on the ground that are taking the higher levels of risk. We can assume a little bit of it to make sure he goes home.
Every time they launch, Medevac teams from pilots to medics know only too well that Afghanistan is a battlefield with no margin for error and no easy way out. Terry McCarthy, CBS News, Logar Province, Afghanistan.